Here's why logic doesn't close investments. You see, developers love logic, makes sense, right? If the numbers make sense, they assume that the money should just follow. Professional investors should just be aligned. But understanding a deal and feeling comfortable with a deal are two very, very different things. You see, I've seen investors say things like, yes, this makes sense. They ask a lot of questions, they nod along, they ask smart questions, and then they still don't invest because logic doesn't actually remove that worry, that sense of uncertainty. Professional investors invest in something that feels familiar, controlled, and it doesn't have to necessarily be explained perfectly. But if your raise relies on that logic to create the confidence, you're already going to be fighting an uphill battle. So what should you be doing instead? Well, you need to design a deal so that in a way that your confidence exists with the investor before the numbers are being debated. And what that means is when the investor first engages, they need to understand what kind of opportunity this is, where it sits in their world, how it fits in their portfolio, how the risks are handled if things don't go perfectly. And so then when they finally look at the numbers, they're not asking themselves, do I trust this? They're asking, do these returns make sense for the type of risk that I'm looking at? And that's a very different conversation because once comfort comes first, the numbers aren't really trying to create the confidence anymore. They're simply confirming the decision the investor already feels good about. And that's when discussions move forward naturally, without pressure, without over-explaining, and without you really having to sell anything too hard.